Merry Christmas, everybody. Daniel here with a quick video. I got a rare 1991 Fleer card in the mail. I know what you're thinking. 1991 Fleer and rare, those don't belong in the same sentence. Well, I'm here to prove you wrong. All right, so 1991 Fleer. This is not the rare card, but this is a 1991 Fleer Nolan Ryan card. If you collected baseball cards in the 90s, this will resonate with you. 90% hate the design. 9% tolerate the design, and 1% love the design. There's just a lot of yellow, right? I actually like the design. I like the yellow. Part of that may have to do with the fact that I bought probably 3 or 4 boxes of it as a kid in 1991. I think I remember it being available at what at the time was called like, what was it called? Like Price Club, which I think may have been, it was either a competitor or the predecessor of Sam's Club. But anyways, so here is the 1991 Fleer Nolan Ryan card. Now the card that I got in the mail, the rare 1991 Fleer card, is this one. There you go. Now, what do you think? Do you like it better than the yellow version? Let's look at them side by side. All right. Now, you're like, what the heck is this? So, same on the back. But obviously, the front is different. All right. So, where did this come from? What is this card, right? Well, this was actually unexpected. I got this in the mail from a blogging buddy of mine, Gavin, over at the blog Baseball Card Breakdown. So it's, if you're looking for the blog, it's baseballcardbreakdown.blogspot.com. And so he sent a little note. And then on the back, he explains it a little bit. So it says, "Greetings, you've been included in my holiday surprise mailing blast this year, wherein I get in the spirit of giving by sending out a similar little DIY novelty gift to several of my hobby buds. This year, I've been modifying 1991 Fleer cards, neutralizing their aggressive yellow borders into something easier on the eyes. Not customs, but mods. Yep, real 1991 Fleer cards that have been put through a lengthy solar-powered process to modify the border color into a pleasant creamy tone. The new look really breathes fresh life into these junk wax classics. Lets the photo take the center stage without the bold yellow stealing focus. The holiday themed, okay. So I'll show, let me do a little something before I read the next part. All right. There we go. So he says, the holiday themed clear overlay is a bonus, and you can feel free to discard it or perhaps ultimately put it with a dupe 1991 Fleer so as not to obscure the glorious white border mod. LOL. Anyways, I hope you get a kick out of this card. Gavin at Baseball Card Breakdown. So this is how the card arrived. Again, he created a overlay, like he said, specific to this card. But like he said, we can put it with one of these, one of the yellow border ones. So again, I'm not sure exactly how he did it, but Gavin he is really creative. He's done some different custom cards over the years. I know he did a Simpsons baseball card set. So he did for the baseball episode where Mr. Burns had a power plant team and brought in some ringers, right? So Ken Griffey Jr. and Don Mattingly and Darryl Strawberry and Steve Sachs and all of that. Anyways, he did a set for that. He's done a Stranger Things set. So I know I have the Griffey from his Simpsons set. I do have a Stranger Things set that he created. And now I have this 1991 Fleer creamy white. I'm not sure. It certainly does look different. It gives a way different feel to the 1991 Fleer. Again, I I don't mind the design. One of the things, so Fleer, they used to, when they put out their set, they would do it in team order, and it would be by well, now I'm kind of rethinking. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was done by team order by like record. Anyways, for 1991 Fleer, the Oakland Athletics, the Oakland A's, are number one, or they're the first team in the set. And so you've got what? Their colors are green and gold. And so I feel like those cards just, it's like a color match. And so they go really well. Anyway, so I don't dislike the 1991 Fleer design, but I also think that this is pretty fantastic as well. And the fact that somehow and it sounds like this process has taken a lot of time. And you can also see that whatever he's done to the borders has not impacted the photo. So again, I'm not sure exactly how he's modified it, but what does he say? He says it's a lengthy solar powered process. So he's used the sun, maybe covered this up. Anyways, I think it's fantastic. And I thank you, Gavin, for that. We're already at 10 minutes and we've looked at 2 cards, but kind of 2 amazing cards. I did get another package in the mail yesterday, and I can't remember who. I know this is kind of bad. I should have made a note beforehand. But Dylan, I think his channel is like Double D Sports Cards. He and another YouTuber started a show, and it's like they're calling it Turn Back the Clock or something like that. And I watched their first episode, and great interaction. I subscribed. I didn't take a moment to write it down, but they're going to do 2 segments. In one segment, they're going to be turning back the clock and looking at some cards that they have, vintage cards in their collection, things like that, telling stories. They might also be looking at, maybe it's a specific player from the past or a specific set from the past, things like that. And then they're going to do a segment on kind of either current or looking ahead. Anyways, to start it off, they looked at the Topps Turn Back the Clock cards, and they referenced a blog post that they found regarding these Turn Back the Clock cards by Night Owl Cards. And again, I have a blog called It's Like Having My Own Card Shop. Again, off the top of my head, I can't remember when I started my blog, but it's been years, like probably coming up on, no, I think I'm past 10 years on the blog. Anyways, Night Owl Cards started his blog just a little bit before I did. And so Greg over at Night Owl Cards, he's a huge Dodgers fan, loves vintage, but also collects modern Dodgers as well. Just has a fantastic collection, as well as a ton of knowledge about baseball cards. He actually writes for the Beckett Vintage magazine occasionally. Anyways, whoops. So they featured his blog post on their video. And so I had commented like, oh yeah, I know Greg. I've read his blog for years. We trade kind of back and forth, that type of thing. And literally later that day, I got a package in the mail from Greg, Night Owl. He said, I think I read somewhere that you wanted recent Diamondbacks. If that's not right, sorry, but at least you can appreciate them more than me, Greg, Night Owl. So I may have posted that somewhere. I don't remember, but I have thought that. So anyways, thanks, Greg. Like I said, Greg is a Dodgers fan, and so He has a dislike for the Diamondbacks, just like I have a dislike for the Dodgers. Kind of rivals. So, anyways. Some cool Stadium Club cards. This one was interesting because, and I'm assuming you had a dupe here, Greg, because on the back is a Dodgers player. So, but David Peralta, was sad to see him go. He was definitely a fan favorite. We had season tickets, partial season tickets for 1 year. Like as a family, we had partial season tickets down the left field line, and so we had a lot of interaction with David Peralta that season. Ketel Marte, Christian Walker. I think he won the Silver Slugger for first base. I could be wrong. I know he was nominated. That's horrible. I should know that. Greinke, Jake Lamb. That's a cool card. Ketel Marte celebrating at second base. I remember when the Topps came out and I saw that and I was like, oh, that's a cool card. I should go after the parallels, and then I didn't because I've been focusing more on vintage and less on the Diamondbacks. But I appreciate the cards, Greg, and I'll hit you back with some Dodgers stuff. Josh Rojas, he's kind of a cool story because so it shows he was born in Glendale, Arizona, and his home is in Litchfield Park. And so that's really close to where I'm at. I lived in Litchfield Park for a while. My parents, that's where their last home was in Litchfield Park. And so he's a local kid. He went to high school nearby. Anyways. So, again, thanks, Greg. Greg has a love for the 1975 Topps set and the mini set. But I just thought that was interesting that I got that package on the same day that, again, I can't remember the name of the video. Anyways, but Night Owl cards, Gavin from Baseball Card Breakdown. Love the friends that I've made through the blogging community as well as through the YouTube community. Again, Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. You shouldn't be watching this. You should be spending time with your family, so turn it off and go do that.